Commanders hosting the Bears, and the Commanders are 5.5 point favorites. The over-under is at 44.5. The Bears are plus 198 on the money line, and the Commanders are minus 240. Now, thank you for everyone who keeps joining the Discord. If you've not done so yet, go to my website, rawsportstalk.com. Click on the membership tab. It is a paid membership, but you will get all of my best bets. Now, the Bears are 0-4 so far this year. They are 0-3-1 against the spread, and honestly depends on what you got that Bronco game at last week, because if you got it at 3.5 instead of 3, they're 1-3 against the spread, so keep that in mind. A lot of these casinos and books go off of what the line closed at. The over is 4-0 in the games in which they've played in. The Commanders are 2-2 against the spread, and they are 2-2 overall, and the over-under is 2-2, and they're another one of these teams. They played the Eagles. The line was either 6 or 6.5. They covered last week. I'm thinking of the Eagles versus the Vikings. Forgive me. Now, head-to-head, the Commanders are 6-1 against the Bears in their last 10. The favorite is both 4-3 on the money line and 4-3 against the spread. The favorite has won and covered the last 3 games that they've played against each other. The over is 5-2 in their last 7 games against each other. The road team's on a 4-game winning streak. The road team is 5-2. And the over-under at 44.5 is 4-3. Now, anyone who thinks that last week's game against the Broncos was a show-me game for Justin Fields, that's almost like saying that the Giants' offensive line had nothing to do with how poorly Daniel Jones looked this past Monday. The Broncos' defense is arguably one of the worst defenses in the league, so I'm not saying that he's awful. I'm just saying it kind of helped his case. Now, the Bears are 0-10 in their last 10 games. They are 1-8-1 against the spread, and the over is 7-3. And they're probably 2-8 against the spread, depends upon what you got the last game at. Lost to the Packers 38-20, then to the Bucks 27-17, then to the Chiefs 41-10, and then to the Broncos 31-28. For the Commanders, they're 4-5 in their last 4-5-1 because they tied one game. They are 4-6 against the spread, and the under is 6-3-1. Beating the Cardinals in week number 1, 20-16, then coming back from behind and beating the Broncos 35-33, then getting crushed by the Bills 37-3, and then hanging in there against the Eagles 34-31. Now, I understand that the Eagles are a division rival, and that game means more to them, but that Eagles defense, they scored 31 points. I'm not saying that it's awful, but the Bears had a monumental collapse last week against one of the worst defenses in the league and scored 28 points. I'm going to take the Commanders with the money line. I'm on the fence about the points, but I could see this being like one of those games where Justin Fields throws 2 interceptions. So I'm going to take the Commanders laying the points, and I'm going to go over. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.